On the mound in this one, Clay Holmes. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of, tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
And a foul ball. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
This guy at the dish excels in 2-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
Outside low, and a count 1-2.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
That misses, and the count is even 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That one almost got him. That one hit to right. McNeil makes the catch for the out. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Christian Yelich.
And Boog, he's their team leader in home runs, so the pitchers on that other side, man, they took a lot of time preparing for him in that pregame meeting. He's got a lot of pop, and it's real pop. It's not fluky at all. He can absolutely change the outlook of a game very quickly, so watch out when he steps in.
Jackson Chourio stands in now, looks at that one inside. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Nimmo ranging after it. Puts it away for the out.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Christian Yelich.
2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Christian Yelich. Right through there for a strike. 2 outs, base is empty. The changeup missing, and a count 1-2. Ripped to short, to first, and that's the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Queens, and today's starting pitcher, Freddie Peralta.
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club, and coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled, batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
Stepping in is the switch-hitting shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Splits the plate. Strike 1. The shortstop takes the ball. fastball is outside.
3-1.
And it's filled up.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, a great back and forth, and that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Checks over to first, back safely. Here's Brandon Nimmo. This one in the dirt. And here it comes. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. This is an offense, Chris, that's having a hard time scoring runs right now.
Yeah, sometimes things just aren't going to click, and unfortunately what happens is players press, they try to do a little bit more, and they get out of their game. You've got to let the game come to you. If you chase it, it's going to run from you. So this is a team that just needs to calm down, relax, and understand that they're going to come out of this.
Juan Soto, the next to hit, takes ball one.
I think he wanted that call in the upper part of the zone, but just didn't get it. Now he's just trying to get a better feel for how much it missed so he can adjust his sights just a little bit.
Peralta with a move to first. Lindor back in there. Just missed. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Lindor, the base runner at first with one out. Lindor on the move. Next offering is fouled back. Stays alive. And a swing and a miss. Two gone now.
Batting fourth.
Here's Pete Alonso. Another solid power season. Just missed.
1 ball, no strike.
Two outs. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
1-1.
And that's outside. Ball two.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it, on to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. Mets strand one, scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's William Contreras.
Well, I got a chance to meet William during spring training as he was coming up trying to get to the big leagues. And this kid's got some ridiculous pop. Watched him on the backfields taking batting practice. All of his coaches would just kind of roll their eyes and say, this kid's going to be great, without actually saying the words. Then later that season, I got a chance to chat with Wilson, big brother, and ask him about little brother, and he smiled as well. Said, yeah, he's good, and gave me that look that I think he might be better than me eventually.
Next pitch misses. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
There's a strike. And it remains 2-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
This is Bryce Terang. Inside. Ball 1. Terang measures 6 feet even, 190 pounds. A former first-round pick back in 2018. One down, base is empty. Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
Ground ball right side. It squirts through. So a man aboard now with one away.
Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
And here is Hoskins. Move to first.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. There's the ball. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That one off the mark. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
2 strikes.
Got him swinging. That's out number 2. At the plate, Isaac Collins. First pitch, not close. Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. In the dirt, but kept close. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 2-1. The other way, makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Brewers strand 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And we're back.
Lead
Now
off
it's the
for the
veteran
Mets.
outfielder,
Right
Jeff
fielder,
McNeil.
Jeff McNeil.
Peralta back to work. Way high with that one. 1-0. There's the strike.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
Off the mark there, and the count's even at 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Off the outside edge with that one, and now it's filled up. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
And now it's Mark Vientos. That one's in there, 0-1. Swinging a foul out of play. McNeil aboard here at first with nobody out. That one just missing inside. 1-2 to count. Upstairs.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Got him looking. That K is his third of the game.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Next to hit, Brett Beatty. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
That's off the inside corner. And that's ball 2. Man at first, 1 away. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Well, when those hitters count, sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Typically, that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Luis Torrens now at the plate. Up the middle. And there's a base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
First and second, 2 outs. And here is Ronnie Mauricio. And that misses. Ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
Fought off foul. Two on, 2 outs. That's off the mark, and it's 2-1.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
First and second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. Swing and a miss, and that is that.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back here at Citi Field, here's the rookie third baseman, number 21. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Right through there for a strike.
Well, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Right side, McNeil drifts towards it. Makes the grab, 1 down.
Batting ninth, shortstop,
To
Joseph
the batter
Ortiz.
now, Joseph Ortiz. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. One down, base is empty. And now 2-0. Top of the third, no score. Next offering is in for a strike.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
And that drops in for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The 2-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field, and it's just foul. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Nimmo brings it in. 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Freeland stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Foul ball there. Inside, just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
next offering is downstairs.
3-1.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Fly ball down the line. This has got a chance, and it is foul.
Oh!
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Got him. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Brewers go down quietly, and we're still knotted at 0. Set for the bottom of the third, and now Francisco Lindor. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
And that's off the inside edge, and now 3-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. He's 0 for 1. Just missed. Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Everything came together for him. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
1 down, and now the center fielder, Juan Soto, went down on strikes his first time through. Peralta throws over. Just off the inside edge. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Collins pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now, it doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Check on the runner. Nimmo back on a dive. Two outs. And that one is downstairs. And 1-1. On the ground to first, and it goes just foul. changeup missing. It's 2-2.
Two balls, two strikes.
Nimmo off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K. Mets leave 1. Still no score.
Discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
That's the ball. 2-1.
Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
On the ground, right side, and he handles it himself for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And now it's Christian Yelich. Grounded out his first time up. That one's in there, and that is strike 1. 1 out, bases empty. Next pitch is downstairs. Swing and a base hit.
Now batting, catcher.
Mancini, he hit that ball right on the sweet spot. According to StatCast, the exit velo 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, Boog. I mean, that right there is an absolute missile. And he just put a great swing on it, squared it up perfectly. Those are the ones that feel really good.
Up now for Milwaukee, William Contreras. And that's outside. And another ball. Pickoff throw. Yelich dives back in. 4th inning underway. No score. Just missed.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
3-0 down. And a strike in there. All tied up. Top half of inning number 4. Right through there for a strike.
3-2.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Around second is Yelich. Throw into third. Not in time. He's safe.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Now it's the second baseman, Bryce Terang. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That one's in there. 0-1.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
And that drops in for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
just off the outside edge. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 1st and 3rd, 1 down. And that skips into dirt.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7.
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. He powers that one out of here. It's 3-0. The brighter the lights, the more he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
And the batter now is Rhys Hoskins. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1.
No strike.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. Line to left. Nimmo pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Collins takes low, 2nd trip to the plate in this one. Swings through that one out in front that time.
1 ball, 1 strike.
On the ground right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here, a 3-run homer. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. And the batter now, Jeff McNeil.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot. Well, these Mets, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They've gone down on strikes at a high rate today, so it's probably time to simplify the approach and just find ways to put the ball in play.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Next pitch, not close, up high. That one missed.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
So a man at first, and now the DH, Mark Vientos. First pitch just misses. McNeil on at first, nobody out. That one misses, and the count is 2-0. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
1 strike.
And now 2-2.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it, still try to get that ground ball double play.
That one not close. 3-2 now. Runner at first with no outs here. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Battling here as he fouls it away.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
And ball 4 to a board.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
First and second, no outs. Brett Beatty, the next to hit. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Fastball for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And a foul ball. First and second here, no outs. And down on strikes. Strikeout number 8.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
And stepping in for New York, Luis Torrens. Swing and a pop-up. Infield fly called there.
Now batting, second baseman, Ronnie Mauricio.
Ronnie Mauricio now. Struck out swinging his first time.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
1 strike.
So far, this guy's been able to tease the strike zone, gets those swings and misses. Somebody's going to have to shorten up, be a little more patient, and make this guy work in the zone a little more.
2 on, 2 outs. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Freeland makes the play. That is the inning. 2 left for the Mets. They trail it here 3-0.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back,
Mets.
and there's a new arm on the mound to
Number
start the
40.
5th. Number 40.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now the third baseman
Leading off for
flied to
Milwaukee,
right
third
his first
baseman,
time.
Caleb Durbin.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one back there. And it flies to the deepest part of the park. No doubt about this one. Home run. He flexes his power with that swing. It's 4-0. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident. Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. He gave it a great effort, but you know those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Joseph Ortiz. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Ortiz goes 5 feet 9 inches, 26 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Foul ball.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning. A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. Bet the hands are still stinging after that one.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
So the lineup flips over. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Sal Frelick. That's in there. One out, base is empty, and a run in, and we're at the top of the 5th. That one outside. Going to count 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strike.
And they'll do it again. One down, base is empty. Broken bat, and it's popped up. Lindor snags it for the 2nd out.
Now batting, the center fielder.
So digging in, Jackson Chourio. 0 for 2 in this one. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. 2 down, nobody on. This one in the air, right field. McNeil brings it in for the 3rd out. Another run for Milwaukee with the homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. And we're back. Now it's the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Pitch misses there. 2-0. In the air, center field. Chourio makes the grab. 1 down. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. So up next for New York, Brandon Nimmo. 1 for 2. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
No ball, 1 strike.
That's in there, and it's 0-2.
0-2.
That one's
1-2.
upstairs, ball 1.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
The 1-2 knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
He's mixing his pitches really well, late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
2 balls.
The
2 strikes.
Brewers leading by 4, last half of inning number 5. on strikes he goes. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Soto in the box again, takes a strike. He swings and fouls one off.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where he could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at-bat.
Alonso in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. And that one fouled off. Soto off of first with 2 away. Close, but called the ball. And it's 1-2.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
And the polar bear strikes out. Mets strand 1. They trail it here 4-0. Back here at Citi Field. Now it's the DH, Christian Yelich. And first offering is fouled off. Hit hard on the ground to the right side and foul ball. Next pitch is outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a good eye there. That's down and in. That's a good at-bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
It's not easy laying off that pitch. It's designed to fool you, but he just wasn't fooled at all.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, William Contreras. Slider for a strike. Next offering misses down and away. Nobody out. Runner at first. The 1-1 is fouled off. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Swings and misses. Nice job behind the plate there.
Now batting, second baseman, Bryce Terang.
Here's the second baseman, Bryce Terang. He really made his presence felt back in the 4th inning of this one, Singy.
Absolutely. 3-run blast and a shot of energy for his teammates. Everyone in that dugout was pretty fired up.
Throw over to first. Yelich dives back in. Grounder might be 2. There's 1. Over to first, but he beats it.
Now batting, the first baseman, Rhys Hoskins.
Rhys Hoskins to the plate.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, Boo.
Inside, and it's 1-0. Throw to first.
No, he's safe.
Two outs. This one drilled to left. No doubt about it as they add on more. Gone. His 13th home run of the season. It's 6-0. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Number 40 departs. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
Travis
New York Mets.
Jankowski into the
Number
game.
21.
He's making his second appearance of the
Travis
season.
Jankowski.
Two outs, nobody on. Isaac Collins getting ready to hit. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And it's 1-1.
Nope, that's inside.
Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Swing and a ball popped in the air, and that is that. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 6-0 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Rob Zastryzny.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
And now here's Jeff
Leading
McNeil.
off for the Mets, right fielder.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice,
McNeil.
but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse.
1-0.
Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Activity in the bullpen for the Brewers. D.L. Hall, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Anderson warming up as well. And another ball.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. And out number 1 on the grab.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Mark.
So now here's the DH,
Vientos.
Mark Vientos. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, and 2 now. Ball 1 there. Swings and misses, struck him out. 2 down, bases
Now
empty.
batting,
Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty. And that's a little high.
Now this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
Just missed.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Next offering is down low. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. That's in there. Full count now.
3-2.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Offense held in check there. 7th inning coming up. It's the Brewers 6 and the Mets nothing. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low-key.
And that's a strikeout looking. Couldn't pull the trigger on a fastball at the knees.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
So up next, Joseph Ortiz. And that is out of play. Yeah, you see some guys into the fashion nowadays and big on the gram, as the kids like to say. Post their fits, right? That's what you say?
Is that what it is?
It's a fit, your fit, your outfit, your fit.
Got a little drip around the neck, too.
Yeah, believe it. Scale of 1 to 10, how old do we sound right now?
Really old, like close to Social Security benefits.
Yeah. Nimmo makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Up next for Milwaukee, right fielder
Sal Frelick up now for the Brewers. 0 for 3 in this one. Gets the call. It's 0-1. To the right side, and it goes just foul. 2 down, nobody on. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
That smash towards center. Makes the grab, and that is that. Gone in order are the Brewers. They lead it, though, 6-0. Back here in Queens, bottom of the inning, and here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. Zastryzny back to work. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Gets under it and pops it up. Contreras in position. He makes the grab, and there's 1 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Ronnie Mauricio. On the ground, right side, and he can't come up with it. And they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
The shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power. That one finds the zone. 0-1. That one out to right. Frelick has a beat on it. Makes the catch. And that is that. This one pretty well decided at this point. 8th inning coming up. It's the Brewers 6 and the Mets nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. Here's the center fielder, Jackson Chourio. Jankowski, in his 8th season, he features a four-seam fastball, a sinker, and he occasionally uses a curve. There's a swing and a drive. And in one hops the wall. Around first, heading for 2. And he's there with a leadoff double.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
Here's Yelich at the dish. And first offering is fouled off. That's inside.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Runner at second, nobody out. Yeah, that's fouled off. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Man at second. In the dirt. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top of the 8th. Sets him down looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, I'm not really sure why he let that one go by. I mean, out the hand, it had a lot of the strike zone. Sure, it had some good arm side run at the end to move to the outside part of the plate. But with 2 strikes, you got to be ready to swing it there, and you can't leave it in the umpire's hands.
William Contreras up now for the Brewers. 1 for 3. Fouled off left side. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
1-1.
The 1-1 is fouled off. One, 2 to Contreras. Oh, he botches it. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single. Sends it to first. Just got him on that one.
Second baseman,
Bryce Terang up now for the Brewers. He's already homered in this game. Just missed.
1 ball, no strike.
Chourio at third with 2 away. That misses the zone, and it's 2-0. Swing and a chopper out to short. Toss to Alonso. Third out, and that ends the frame. Milwaukee leaves one, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. On to the bottom of the eighth. Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And there's one down.
Now batting, center fielder,
Juan Soto down. And that's in there at the knees. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom half of the eighth inning. That misses, and the count even 1-1. And that one is inside.
No, that's high.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
That one down the line. Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. Not going to get him. He's in there.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
So man aboard, and here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. That misses off the outside edge. Next pitch is outside.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. You better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side, or the fans better look out in the stands.
That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. Gone. Straight into the visitor's bullpen. He circles the bases. It's 6-2. They needed that one, Singy.
Indeed they did. They've been fighting to get back into this game, and just like that, they're back in it. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Clips the outside corner. Strike one. One down, base is empty.
Ball, high.
Movement in the bullpen. DL Hall getting ready to go. Anderson, the right-hander, also getting loose. All right, ready to get underway. Up now for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick. And that's in for a strike. And we are underway. Here comes the 0-1. On the ground to third. Baden fires over to first. One out in the top of the first. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Yeah, there's the strike.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately, you either have it or you don't. There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Got him. And there's two down. So he gets the call and picks up the strikeout looking.
Sometimes with a good hitter at the plate, he'll be the one to get the benefit of the doubt if he lays off on a close pitch like that, but just not right there. Strike zone definitely expanded a little bit with 2 strikes.
2 outs, base is empty. Christian Yelich up now for the Brewers. And there's the strike.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. 2 outs, base is empty. In there at the knees. 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nobody left for Milwaukee. Now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And our pitcher in this game, Freddie Peralta.
Yeah, and his whip tells you he's been pretty effective this year on the mound. I mean, opposing hitters having a hard time getting on base and then being able to really distract him and do damage in terms of getting around the base path. So, taking the mound, this is a guy you want out there if you're his teammate, and I expect him to be good in this one.
Francisco Lindor leading things off and takes a strike. Swing and a foul straight back. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And one away.
Well, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there, he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Just missed. One out, base is empty. That one fouled off. Right side, hard hit. Fires over to Hoskins. 2 up, 2 down.
Batting third.
Here's a Mets lineup now. And perhaps part of the game plan is to get into the bullpen that as early as possible. They're facing a staff that's blown a lot of games in the later innings.
Boog and his hitters, you're aware of that, but you don't want to become too relaxed and wait too late in the ball game because you never know what could happen on any given day. But with that said, even if you fall behind early, you've got a lot of confidence that this game will not be over until that final out.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And that will end the inning. Scoreless after one. And we're back. And now the catcher comes up to hit. William Contreras. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Holmes back to work. And that's in for a strike. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Out to short, Lindor. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup got that hitter to roll over.
Batting fifth, second baseman, Bryce Terang.
This is Bryce Terang. Chris, he's already set a career high for runs scored this season. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Just missed.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
And that one missing low. Second inning here, no score. And that one clips the corner.
3-1.
That clips the corner.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Bloop behind second. Hauls it in, 2 away.
Batting sixth, first baseman.
2
Rhys
down, bases
Hoskins.
empty. And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish. That's way outside. And that's ball 1. Line drive and makes the play, and that's out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at Citi Field, bottom of the second, and stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
That's outside. 1-0. And the pitch. Fastball for a strike. Assigned to home plate duty is Ricky Holiday.
Boog, and something I've heard players saying about Ricky's strike zone is how he will call the high strike. That could be something that's tough to deal with, especially if you've got a pitcher out there coming at you with high velocity.
Just missed. What about some no-nos? Like, you can't call the umpire blue the way you do in Little League or high school, right?
Yeah, even in the minor leagues, you'll learn quickly. You call the umpire blue. You better learn his name, and that's just part of being a professional player and even a major league player.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's strikeout number 100 on the
Batting
year.
fifth, right fielder.
Jeff McNeil stands in.
Jeff McNeil.
On the ground, out to short, and that squirts through. So a man aboard now with one away.
Waste no time there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Man at first with one gone. And next for the Mets, Mark Vientos. There's a strike.
0-1.
Fouled off. He was late. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
So 2 down now, and here is Brett Beatty. Ball 1, no strikes. And another ball. Fouls one off. 2-2. And misses inside.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Luis Torrens in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Stays alive. McNeil, the runner at first with 2 gone. Fights it off. He'll see another. Out to short. Ortiz tosses to first, and that is that. Mets leave 1. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. On to the 3rd inning, and now here is Isaac Collins. Getting to start in left. 27 years old, and he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2019. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. That missed by a lot. 2-1. And there's the ball.
1 strike.
And he couldn't come up with it. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Now at the plate, number 21. There's a strike at the knees.
I love this part of the game. Does he really want to try and steal second against this catcher? I know he's fast, but it's pretty risky. This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Runner at first with no outs here. That misses the zone, and the count 1-2.
2 strike.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Batting ninth, shortstop, Joseph Ortiz.
Joseph Ortiz up now for the Brewers. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. Not even close there. Ball one.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
Man at first, one away. There's the strike, and it's 2-1.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Turned on, but foul wide of third.
Ball 3.
In the dirt, blocked.
3 balls. 2 strike.
He goes down looking. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder, Sal Frelick. Grounded out his first time. Check on the runner, and he's back in easily. Runner takes off. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Out there. And the inning is over.
The catcher definitely ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
Back here in Queens as we go to the last of the third. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Luis Torrens. Hard ground ball, base knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Ronnie Mauricio digs in now. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
And that one is lifted in the air. Collins on the move to the alley. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
Francisco Lindor.
Here's Francisco Lindor. Struck out swinging, leading off the bottom of the first.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
And a curve misses outside.
1-0.
And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at-bat.
edge of the zone for a strike. And the count 1-2. Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
2 on, 1 out. Here's the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
1 strike.
Two on, 1 out. Just missed.
That's a good pitch there.
1-1.
Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, he had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Runners at the corners, 1 away. Here in the last half of the third. Got him! Ricky Holiday with the call.
Definitely a strikeout situation right there, and he got it. You do not want him to put the ball in play and want to strand that runner at third. Now all he needs is 1 more out to get it. Doesn't have to be a strikeout this time since now they're 2 outs.
Soto, the next to hit, takes high for ball 1. And that one fouled off. Torrens, the runner at third. Lindor at first, 2 out of the inning. Next offering upstairs.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
And that one fouled off. Two on, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Start of the 4th. Here's the leadoff man for the Brewers, Sal Frelick. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. That one missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Next offering is downstairs.
2-2.
Swung on, belted. Tattooed and gone. His 2nd home run of the series. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0.
He's bringing the thunder in a rainstorm. How in the world did he manage to hit that pitch out? Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers. There's a foul ball.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Top half of inning number 4. Knee high, that's in for a strike.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
Now it's Christian Yelich. That one pushed to the left and foul. Yo, 1. And
That's
ball 1. And that one moves his feet.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Lifted in the air down the left side. That one gets down for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now batting, catcher, William Contreras.
William Contreras up now for the Brewers. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Yelich goes. That's in for a strike. Throw. Save. Holmes checks the runner. Yelich dives back in. Hit on the ground to short. Lindor on to first. And that's an out.
Now batting, second baseman, Bryce Terang.
Next for Milwaukee, Bryce Terang. 0 for 1 so far. Close one, doesn't get the call.
1 ball.
And that is ball 1. That's down and in. Off the plate inside. And now 3-0.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. And there's the strike. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Runner at second, 2 down. On the ground to third. Beatty to first. They limit the damage here. But the Brewers add one with a solo shot. It's now 1-0. And welcome back to the
Leading off
ballpark.
for the Mets,
And here is
first
Pete
baseman,
Alonso.
Pete Alonso.
Fought off foul.
Well, these Mets, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
And now the right fielder, Jeff McNeil. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. And there's one away.
Now batting, designated hitter,
Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. Struck out swinging his first time. Outside, and it's 1-0. Squirts away a little bit. Well done behind the dish. That one finds the zone. 2-1 now.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Just missed.
Well, in this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
Alonso leads off first with 1 away. Late swing fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it.
now batting, third baseman, Brett Beatty.
So up next for New York, Brett Beatty grounded out his first time. Edge of the zone for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Foul ball there. Tying run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Mets strand 1. They're down 1-0. And we're back.
Leading
And
off
now the
for
first
Brewers,
baseman, Rhys Hoskins.
Rhys Hoskins.
Holmes back to work. Right through there for a strike. That one ripped. McNeil drop step going back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Up next for Milwaukee, left fielder Isaac Collins.
And stepping in is the speedy Isaac Collins. finds the zone, and it's 0-1.
That's the ball. 1-1.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Nimmo. He's there. He's got it. And a couple of quick outs. 2 outs, base is empty. Now the third baseman. He's 0 for 1. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Torrens makes the catch, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Brewers 1 and the Mets nothing. Back here at Citi Field, John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Luis Torrens. In for a strike. It's 0-1. Ball one there. Now fly ball to right center. Frelick after it. Squeezes it. And a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, second baseman
Ronnie Mauricio up now for the Mets. Fly to left his first time. Fastball for a strike. Oh, he doesn't get the call. 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Next offering is outside. Home team down a run. Last half of inning number 5. And that is out of play. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 7 strikeouts for him.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Lindor.
Back to the top of the Mets order. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. The shortstop takes the ball.
1-0. Ball. 2-0.
And downstairs.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
And there's the automatic.
Thought the green light might be on right there, but maybe not. If you're looking to swing in that count, that's the pitch you want.
And that one is in for a strike.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
Base hit, and that extends the inning.
Now batting.
That ball was absolutely ripped. 111 off the bat. And I'm pretty sure it started to whistle after it left the bat.
I think I heard that too, Boog. And these are the moments we appreciate when we can look at StatCast and just see exactly what the data is. Always so much fun to see what numbers pop up.
Stepping in, Brandon Nimmo. First pitch, and he just misses. Lindor off of first with 2 away. That clips the corner. And a foul ball. Cold strike 3 on the fastball, and that ran back over the inner half. Mets leave one. They trail here 1-0. Top of the 6th inning, and now the shortstop, Joseph Ortiz. Ortiz in his 2nd season, 26 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2019. Little chopper rolls foul. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Throw to first. Gets him. One away on a drop 3rd strike.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Up now for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick. He's produced the only run of the game with his solo shot earlier.
Yeah, the pitching's been outstanding in this one, so that home run has really been the only big sign of life from either offense.
That one way outside, and that's ball 1. One down, base is empty. Right through there for a strike. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're the top half of the 6th. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Now batting.
So digging in, Jackson Chourio, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that's down and away. The 1-0. Now a blooper back behind short. Hauls it in to end the inning. So they make short work of him there. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Brewers 1 and the Mets nothing. Back here in Queens, and now it's Juan Soto.
Center fielder, Juan Soto.
Hammered on the line, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling.
Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
No outs, runner at first. And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Pete Alonso. And that's a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
With the tying run on at first here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch misses, and it's a ball and a strike.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Swing and a ball driven out to center. Going back. Makes the catch up against the wall.
right fielder, Jeff McNeil.
So up next, Jeff McNeil, 1 for 2. And there's a ball. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Now batting, designated hitter, Mark Vientos.
And now the Mets DH, Mark Vientos. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
Way inside, gets out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Soto off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Ripped on the ground to second. Out number 3. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Ryan Stanek.
Well, I got to
Now
think he
pitching
probably
for the
has
New
a
York
little
Mets.
extra in the tank facing his
Number
former
55.
team, and there's not a player in the league that doesn't get a little extra motivation when he plays against his old squad.
Leading
Well,
off for the Brewers,
1-run game,
the designated
and now the
hitter,
DH, Christian Yelich. First offering misses badly for ball 1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Dedniel Nunez getting loose out there. Lovelady getting cranked up as well. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And makes the grab. And there's one down.
Now batting, catcher, William Contreras.
William Contreras now at the plate. Has grounded out a couple of times. That's in for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Right through there for a strike. One down, base is empty. Liner, base hit.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Now it's the second baseman, Bryce Terang. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. And a strike. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Slings to second, throw to first, but he beat it.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
So digging in, Rhys Hoskins. Swings and misses. And it's 0-1.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
On the ground to the left. Throws to first. That ends the frame. Brewers strand one. They lead it 1-0. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jarrett Koenig. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters.
Jarrett Koenig.
Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty. 0 for 2 in this one.
Brett Beatty.
That one missed. Movement in Milwaukee's bullpen. Abner Uribe up and throwing. Looking to get the tying run on base. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Out to short. Fires over to Hoskins. And one away in the bottom of the 7th.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Holding on to a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Outside with a breaking ball. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. On the ground to short. Ortiz throws to first in time, and that quickly 2 away.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Ronnie Mauricio will hit next. A switch hitter batting right. There's a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Fly ball down the line. He's got it, and that ends the inning.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the Mets.
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Dedniel Nunez.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Well, one-run game. Now it's going to be Isaac Collins. Swinging a foul out of play. Trying to bunt his way on. And that's foul. Hit in the air, center field. And there's one down.
Now batting, third baseman.
Now the third baseman. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
And that's in the dirt. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
That's to third. Baden. Throw to first in time.
Now batting, shortstop Joseph Ortiz.
Next for the Brewers, Joseph Ortiz. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. And that's just foul. That's too low. 1-2 to count. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Brewers go down quietly, but they lead it 1-0. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Abner Uribe.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Nobody out. Lindor has a chance to tie it.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
This one in the air. Ortiz. Drops into the glove. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, left fielder
Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Fouled off. He was late. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Next pitch is outside. Activity in the bullpen for the Brewers. Trevor McGill preparing to come on if needed. Anderson also getting ready. That's down and in. A slider missed. Little bouncer out in front of the plate. Fires over to Hoskins, and a couple of quick outs.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Here's Juan Soto. Infielder shifted to the right. Shortstop just to the left of second. There's the strike. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
2 outs. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
So a change being made at first base. Coming in as the pinch runner, Tyrone Taylor. 2 outs, runner at first. Here's Pete Alonso, 1 for 3. And that is downstairs. 1-0.
But with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike. That's a ball.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Strike in there. And safe. It's a stolen base. And the tying run is now in scoring position. That misses the zone. Counts full, 3-2. Called out on strikes. A controversial called strike 3 to end the inning.
This guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Ready to go? Up now for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick. He's going to finish with a new career high in stolen bases, Chris. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
So up next, Jackson Chourio, third baseman playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. On the corner for a strike, 0-1.
If it were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
Frelick gets his lead at first with nobody out. That one fouled off.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
On the ground, a second, might be 2. Lindor, that's 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Christian Yelich.
And now it'll be Christian Yelich